is a New York Times bestselling author, co-host of podcasts including Giggly Squad and Burner Phone, and a comedian whose new special, None of My Business, is currently #1 on Hulu and available now. Let's take a look.
I love these Pilates instructors. I love them. Their name's always like Aspen. And they don't eat sugar, but they eat cocaine. And they don't believe in the vaccine, but they love Ozempic.
Please welcome to the show, Hannah Burner, everybody! Hello! Hey, I'm so happy you're here!
So excited.
Also very exciting, and I want to talk about your fantastic special. You're a New Yorker. You are a Knicks fan?
New York City, Park Slope represent. Why am I yelling? I have a microphone.
How will you consume the game tonight? How will you watch? Where will you watch?
I realize when you're alone, it gets like dark.
Yeah.
You're two in your head. But then when it's too many people, they're too chatty. I'm like, get the
I
flow.
find that's a hard balance for me too.
It is.
Yeah.
And you don't want to tell your friend, like, shut up, I'm watching Jalen.
Right.
But I come from a household of basketball coaches.
Okay.
So like my grandpa was a basketball coach in Brooklyn in the 70s. Every day was about defense wins championships. Like that's just what I heard.
Right.
So I just feel like it's a full circle moment.
It's really great.
I like only cry with sports.
Yeah.
Like I'll be crying in the streets.
Oh,
with
fantastic.
I can't wait.
Well,
I love when we won.
I hope it comes to that. I hope
Yeah.
you get to cry happy tears
Yes.
in the streets of New York City.
Thank you.
You've been in the streets of everywhere in this great nation. You did a 70-city tour for this special, which is really incredible.
I'm in these streets.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, that seems like such a grind.
Random
Did you
streets.
enjoy it?
I love being on tour because you actually people think you're busy. You're like, I'm on tour, but I'm just in a hotel room watching Beat Bobby Flay for like hours in different cities.
Yeah.
And it's really nice. I mean, I don't have a family or a life beyond this, but it's really fulfilling besides that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I think everybody thought it maybe sounded cool until that end part where you were like,
Someone was laughing. They went,
you have a cat. You said it's very hard for your cat. Obviously, you know, you're away. You posted this. Is this, just real quick, is this your cat holding a vape pen?
okay, let me just say when I first got Butter, I had a 9 to 5.
Yeah.
And I was able to watch her, but I had roommates.
Yeah.
And being a mother's hard. And
Yeah.
I can't protect her from all the evils of the world.
Right.
And we've all gone through this. It is a gateway drug, so I had a good speaking to her, but
Yeah.
she had a lot of fun with that.
Because you wrote here last night, I caught her with my roommate's weed pen. As we all know, this is a serious gateway drug. Grounded indefinitely.
Yeah, grounded indefinitely. But now that I don't have a 9 to 5, she's like, where's mom? But she's spoiled, you know, she has her cat sitters that she rotates. But, I'll see her tomorrow.
Does she take advantage of them? Does she take advantage of the cat sitters, do you think?
She hates them.
Oh, she hates them.
She hates them.
Paige, your podcast host, Paige Torbo.
Paige is a big fan as well.
Oh, please give her my best. You have a fantastic podcast, Giggly Squad. Do you feel like when you are on the road doing stand-up, can you tell when it's a podcast listener who comes to see you do stand-up as well?
I have a very weird combination of, you know, I've been to this game a couple years now, Seth.
Yeah.
And people find me from a lot of random places. I've done like Man the Street interviews. I've been on Bravo. I have this weird correlation of all these people that I'm biased, but I think they're just like hot, beautiful, smart, funny, successful women that go to my shows and their boyfriends too.
Okay, got it.
Yeah.
Do you feel like boyfriends have any trepidation of going to a show of yours?
I think the boyfriends and the men love coming to my shows because they love feeling like scared.
Yeah.
It's become a little dominatrixy, actually. Like, guys would be in the front, like, be mean to me, be mean to me. But I love the tension of the men and the women in the room, and I love also saying something and you're like, they're gonna have a fight on their way home. But sometimes I think it's good, you know, working out some relationship
That's
stuff.
very helpful.
I have girls message me and be like, hey, I haven't gotten a ring yet. Can we deal with that? His name's Max in the 3rd row.
Oh, so they're like giving you pre-material to go after Max.
Oh, yeah. They'll be like, he loves Mountain Dew. Like, they'll set me up with... and the men love it. I've just been enjoying everyone in the crowd.
Your husband, you do material about your husband. Now, your husband is also a comedian.
Yes.
Which helps. I do material about my wife, who is not a comedian. She's a lawyer. And
Which Not
by the
that
way,
different.
Not that different. I will say the negotiation, as far as like what I can tell jokes about, is very lawyerly, like
Yes.
that conversation.
Yes.
How is Des with you doing jokes about him?
Well, he has the microphone too.
Yeah.
So he'll be like, "Is that your version of the story? Because I'm going to tell mine." And I'm like, "Okay, well, I'll see what happens." Because people be like, "Do you ever say the same material?" And I'm like, "We've never had the same experience."
That's a fascinating take.
I tell a story about how he like had a panic attack, and he's like, "I had a stomach ache. I don't get panic attacks." So we actually never step on each other's toes. But I do have like a dead parent joke of his in the special that it was risky.
Okay, what is? I mean, by the way, the very topic of dead parent, I would say, risky.
Hilarious. Oh. I do have to say, on our first date, I was complaining about my dad because it was COVID, so I was living with him, and I was like, he picked me up late to the date. My dad's so annoying. And he looked at me and he said, "At least your parents are alive." So I said, "So dead parent jokes are okay
Yeah,
for the
yeah,
rest
yeah.
of our relationship."
So what is the special joke?
The special joke is along the lines of, "I love my husband so much, and my favorite part about him is that his parents are dead." Because they say you don't marry the man, you
Yeah.
marry the man's family, but not if you time it right.
Yeah. Very good.
You're like, "I'm not holding eye contact for this."
Has he ever vetoed anything? Like, or you know what I mean? Like, has he ever said
He'll
that?
definitely be like, "That's not how it happened," but sure, if you get a laugh, fine.
Yeah, yeah. The dirty trick I play on Alexi is like, I know if I was like, "Can I tell a joke about this?" She'll be like, "No." So I do it and I record it and then I make her listen with the laughs.
That's really
And I'm like,
smart.
"Should I take it out?"
No, you're like, "Oh my God, it's
Do you think
crushing."
I should take it out? It's your call, babe.
I mean, the crowd, like, do you want
I mean,
the
the
crowd to have
loves
fun?
it and they'll be sad. But if you want me to take it out, you can make them sad.
Not to like stereotype men, but I remember Des had like a really good day of golf or something, and he was like in the car feeling himself, and I'm like, "Well, how do you feel about dead parent jokes?"
Oh, you waited till
I
he was
waited
happy.
for like a
You
good
waited till he
mood.
was
Yeah,
happy.
that's like when you want to adopt another cat. You're like, "You want a cat? I'll just get a cat. It's fine, good." So you have to be political about it.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's fair. You seem like you figured it out.
I'm trying.
Paige, your co-host, like you have a very nice roasting relationship, which I
Yeah.
think is a lovely thing between friends and
Yeah.
comedians and podcasters. She's often very hard on you from a fashion perspective. How has she been supportive during the press tour for your special?
Well, it's funny because I feel like people who follow me, they wait to see what Paige is gonna say.
Interesting.
Before they decide.
They allow her to be the guide.
Yeah, so if Paige is like, "I approve," then everyone's like, "Okay, we'll let her do this." So Paige has a lot of power.
Yeah.
But she says she supports me because she says I am a risk taker, and what does she say? "It's so you." And you know.
It's
what
so
that
you
means.
is a very, very coded
I was
compliment.
like-
yeah.
Why did that hurt?
Congrats on the special
Thank
and
you,
everything else.
Seth.
It's so lovely to have you on the
Thank you.
show.
It's so good to meet you.
Hannah Berner, everyone, her new comedy special, None of My Business, is streaming on Hulu now. Her podcast, Giggly Squad and Burner Phone, are available wherever you listen. We will be right back.